Hi everyone, I just wanted to show you guys how to upload your Project 3, which was the visual interpretation of a song. Now, there is going to be a number of different things that you need. One of those is your stream of consciousness, the rough thumbnails, your two comps, and your final piece. So those are all the things that you would need to be able to provide to me. There are some really cool things that you can use to be able to do that. One of the things that you could use is Microsoft Lens, and this works on all phones. If you go and look up that on your phone, you could download this. It is both on Android and iOS, and I'll share the link to get this in the description of this video. This allows for you to be able to photograph documents and be able to upload those, which is great because if it is a document, it'll flatten that out and prevent it from being skewed like usually you would see when you're taking a picture of something on your phone. So it actually organizes that for you properly. So pretty foolproof way to be able to give me your hand-drawn pieces. If it's digital, not a big deal, but obviously if you were doing this with pen and paper, pencil, color pencil, all that, then you would need to be able to upload that, and this is a way to do this. Now, remember that you're following the rules here. You had listened to the song all the way through. You had started to draw whatever came to mind. You filled up a whole page. Doesn't worry about being cohesive or neat. Just keep drawing. You'll analyze that. Think about what a composition could be, and you'll make some thumbnails. From there, you will create your comps, and you will make sure, let's see, we do not want to directly interpret the lyrics. We want to think about how the song makes us feel. There's a lot of the songs that don't even have lyrics, so that's what's good. You do not need or do not create a project based on the song's music video. If that happens, you've failed the project. I'm asking for you guys to interpret this, just the audio, not the visuals. Now, you also want to think about how you can be unique about this, because obviously if it's something that's named, acid rain, then you're going to be drawing acid rain. What does this make you? You're spinning plates. So you're not just taking the literal wordage here and drawing something. You're trying to draw something that comes into your mind while listening to that. So make sure you are being creative with this stuff. So as an example, how the heck do you upload your stuff? I started doing a project while I was listening to one of the songs. I'm not going to tell you what that is because I don't want you to start to think that that's what you're supposed to be doing. And I started thinking about babies and how those are kind of precious cargo. So then I started thinking about spaceships, and I started to draw babies inside of rocket ships and maybe a baby in a moon. I even thought about like sperm and egg cells, a family saying I love you to a baby that's blasting off. Maybe there's a reason why we need to leave planet Earth, so all the babies are going off into another planet. So that was my stream of consciousness when I was doodling and listening to a song. From there, I made thumbnails. If you don't have frames, so just draw a box around your stuff. That's all you need to do. This is what you need to have, just a box. And so I'm using vertical thumbnails. You could use square, whatever it is that you want to do, but this is what's defining what the composition is in the inside. So right here I have an idea of a mom and dad saying I love you, I love you sign, the rocket ship going off to another planet with a baby inside. Here is mom and dad looking at a rocket of a baby inside, and there's the giant moon behind it. Here's a concept of some spaceships with babies in them that have some vapor trails. So it starts to look like the sperm, and then the egg would be the planet. Same idea here, but with a rocket in the foreground to show you exactly what's inside of that rocket ship. So there's a fetus. Here is a bunch of floating babies, just confused in space, kind of making it funny. And I even went further with that. So there's a baby reaching for a rattle. This is kind of an homage to Space Odyssey 2001, where man loses control of their tools. In the beginning of it, one of the people end up losing a pen. That's kind of the idea. There's the bone to pen transition that kind of referring to that there. So these are my 6 thumbnails. I could do more of those, but for the bare minimum for this is what I'm looking for is 6. They need to be framed to tell me where the heck you're thinking about that existing for the boundaries. And then I started to mess around with color comps. So I took one of my ideas, which is babies in space floating around, and I started exploring what colors were. I used the idea of the purples and blues and the oranges, kind of the idea of complementary here. And then here we have a composition with the rockets that resemble the sperms as they're going towards the planet. So trying to show that idea of colonization, that same idea that those who get there first, they win. So that's sort of that referral right there, but changing that up and making it so it's a little bit different. These are weird. They're supposed to be, they're surreal. There's no rules for this. You're supposed to just kind of come up with whatever comes to mind. I've always been obsessed with conception and the idea of life. So this kind of goes towards things that just usually pop in my mind. So those are the things I started working towards. And then I really, this is really garbage, but I ended up just putting a filter on this to show you. If I had time, which I don't right now because I'm doing 5 different classes online trying to get this all ready to go, this would all be hand painted. But this is just a filter I put on. This is not what I want from you guys, is just to put a filter on one of your color comps. But imagine this is the final piece. So I now have all the different pieces that I'm supposed to have. And if I look at my folder here, I have, and if you have a phone, you would have these too if you photograph them. I have my stream of consciousness. I have the thumbnails. I have my color comp, and I have my final project. So I have all of these here. How do I get those into Google Drive? So for those of you who haven't done something like this before, well, Google Drive, you all can make one of these. It's free. You should have one of these. It was part of our requirements in the beginning of the syllabus that I handed out for the beginning of the semester. Google Drive is just create an account, and then you'll have Google Drive that you can download to your phone. Now you will have folders that you can create inside your Google Drive. So if I right click and just go to new folder, I'll call this project 3. I'll make it easy so that way the instructor can understand who this is from by saying my last name. This is what I want from you, Pieco project 3. Obviously I don't want my name, I want your last name right there. Hit create, and it's going to make a folder. Inside of this folder, you will, from your phone or from your computer, however you do this, it will work, drag these in. And you'll notice they're uploading. It shouldn't take that long to upload all of these. As a matter of fact, I see a checkbox. They're all there. Now, I'm going to go right to here under projects and have this folder selected. So it's important you have that folder selected. You right click on that and you go to share. Now we want to get a shareable link. So now that I have a shareable link, you'll click on that. You want to make sure that right here we go to more and we tell this to be anyone with the link. So hit save. Now if I copy the link and hit done, that's it. That's all I would need to be able to do to be able to get this to go and upload. Now, how do I upload that? Let's say that I had an assignment, and this will be available to you very, very soon. Oop. Okay, so if I click on right here, Project 3 submissions, now right now it's not available, but when you're watching this it will be available, so this shouldn't be grayed out. When you click on that, you can go right to, okay, wait a minute, it says due date, Tuesday, March 31st, and that's right at the end of the day. So that's the due date of this. We have our submission that we could write, and for me, that's just going to be pasting this link. So again, that was under share, and if I go to my share settings and make sure anyone with a link is on, hit copy link, and then I go into here and just hit paste. That's it. That's all you need to do. You can hit submit, and that's it. So that would be all you would need to be able to do to have to submit this project. And I will then have everything inside of here. So it is very important that you follow along and make sure that's going on. You do not want to just go and attach all the images in there. It really can cause a slowdown for your computer, and I don't recommend it. I recommend using Google Drive. If worst case scenario, you could go to Browse My Computer, select your files, and upload them from there. But again, I'm telling you, write submission and pasting your Google Drive link is a much better, much faster way to make that happen. Once that's done, that's it. So if you have questions, you could always email me, but this is going to be due on Tuesday, end of day. So right before midnight on Tuesday. And that's it.